what's up guys, it's Vader and I'm back with another figure review for you guys today, and as promised in the previous video I'm going to be taking a look at the Ultimate Lost Predator, well Ultimate Armoured Lost Predator should I say, from Predator 2, and it's part of the 30th anniversary of the second Predator film, which is Predator 2, and I'll give you guys a look at the actual backstory on this guy. Pretty interesting backstory if I do say so myself. You guys can obviously pause that. Some little prototype pictures there of the actual figure with a light up LED mask there. Includes LED, light up mast head, sword, fulling disc and two interchangeable hands. And then obviously the other ones you would get in the wave. I've pretty much got all of them. I think I'm only like missing 2 or 3 of them. So obviously we would open up the box. This is a prototype image there. Figure would be in. I've not taken the shuriken out. You'll see why in a moment. But yeah, so we'll move the box aside. So now we've got the actual figure here, and as you can see there are 2 of them. And the reason why is because this guy is the reissued version of the first issue, which is this one. And basically what they've done is they've went over the paint job a little bit more to make it a bit more accurate. And on camera, these parts are like, I don't know if you can see that, but like the stripe parts are like black, but in person they're like a more like brownish kind of colour. But the stripes up here are kind of like more of a green. It's like a kind of like brownish green tone that he's got going on. And then obviously this one's just green and yellow. But it's just basically the same Predator. Like I said, it's just a reissued version. I think this was the 2022 version and this is the 2021 version. I could be wrong. But yeah, it has a light up mask, which is really cool looking. I really do like the detail on the armour. The armour is basically the same on both of them. I don't really think it's this. Yeah, the armour's pretty much the same on both of them. Just with like a lighter, more of a darker tone on this one compared to this one. This one's more like got a lighter kind of tone to it. But there is something that I noticed with the dreadlocks. With the dreadlocks on this one, you'll see that they're silver, like the little beak parts, but on this one they're gold. So that's kind of interesting. See, they're gold, and on that one it's more like a silvery kind of colour. But this is the best. This is probably the best part that I can think of right now. Is when I bought this one, it was basically used, and the seller only had like this one here, and it was like just the figure. But it turns out it was actually with the box as well. So I thought that's a really good deal for how much I was getting for it. But because he shipped it a little late, he basically included this one here, which obviously is the first issued version. So I basically got the 2 of them. But there's one thing that interested me when I got it out of the box, because he's only meant to have like 3 heads. One obviously on the figure when you get him, and like 2 for like interchanging. So this head's kind of like a roaring head. So basically what would happen is like you would switch out the heads, but this is what kind of confused me. There's 2 heads. I don't know if it's because it's like something to do with like the reissued version, but yeah, they're both different expressions. All 3 of them are different expressions when you're supposed to only get 2 unmasked and obviously 1 masked. But I'm not complaining. I mean, that's good. You get the closed mandible look, the more kind of like, I guess you could say that, almost ready to roar. This is the same sculpt that they used for the City Hunter, I believe, and then this one's more like the actual roaring one. But you'll notice, if I can zoom in, you'll notice that this one's got more of a darker kind of tone to the red on it. That's because this one's the real released version. While this one here, it's kind of get like a more shiny look to it, which has me thinking it's supposed to be on this guy. That's why obviously the dreads could be like that. But it is a really good figure. I don't have any complaints. The only thing I have, I don't know if it's just because it's been like used and stuff. The legs on this one are a bit warped, like they don't like pose very well, but the ones on this one are perfect. So what I'll do now is I'll focus on one of them, but I'll keep one there so you can like see obviously the differences. So you do get some really good articulation on this one. It's just basically the same as all the other Neca Ultimate figures, but just give you guys a little detailed look at the actual head sculpt on this one. The paint apps are a lot better on this one compared to how they are on this one, I guess you could say. It's a lot more darker looking on this one. And then comparing this one, yeah, you can kind of see it's a little bit more glossy looking, while the other one's more kind of what a darker kind of colour to it. I prefer the darker tone to it. I love the detail on the eyes as well, like those piercing orange and yellow with the black dot in the middle there for his pupil. It's really well done. And obviously we've got the masked look as well with the LEDs. And he's got like that really cool looking blade. And obviously he's got a shuriken. Probably the most unique weapon. And obviously the sword as well, because you would normally see the shurikens on the AVP Predators. But yeah, like I mentioned, the articulation on them is really good. There's the joint there. I really do like the detail on this one's backpack. So like I was mentioning, I do really like the detail and the design of this Predator's backpack. It's very cybernetic looking. It's got like a little spine part there of the armour, which is really cool. Very nice paint apps on it. I really like that metallic blue kind of look to it. But there's like a hint of like black to it. Sorry. And then obviously the plasma caster comes out and it can go. I think it's on like a ball joint. Yeah, it's on like a little joint there. You can like pose it in like any direction, and obviously it just slots back into place like that. And be careful with the wiring as well on this guy, because he's got kind of lots of wires there. He's got one there, and then he's got the other one round there. I do like the armour design on this one. It's very... he's kind of got the same armour as like all the other Predator 2s. Well, the ones from Predator 2. This part here, and obviously the chest plate, and obviously the backpack, and the this part here are all like designed especially for him. Oh, and the wrist gauntlets as well. He doesn't even have any wrist blades, because why wouldn't he? Because he's got that big cyber sword. He's got like a net gun, and he's at the back of him there, which is really cool. And I think as well, that's the hand that you would get the extra hand that just slots back, slots in, so you can obviously like hold like the shuriken, which is really cool. I do like the darker tone of this one compared to obviously how this one looks. There's no difference in articulation, it's just completely different paint apps on them. Because this one I remember being like, when I saw like the Hot Toys version of this guy, the Lost Predator, the skin tone was very similar to this, but when you look at like behind the scenes and stuff, it was more like this kind of colour. You'll see what I'm saying on the back of it. Oh shit. Yeah, he's not one to fucking stand now. Yeah, you're just gonna be a pain in the ass now. See, they are like the same, but just obviously different paint apps. So before I wrap this video up, I'll just give you guys a quick little pose here of the two of them together. I'll stick on the LED light up for this one. I really do like the more aggressive look to this one, but I do really like the closed mandible look. If the closed mandible look had this paint job, I think it would be a lot cooler looking, because with those eyes, the detail on those eyes are so good. It does have like a look of like a Christmas tree, the Lost Predator, which is really cool and really funny at the same time, because you don't really want this guy popping down your chimney to give you presents, because he might end up taking your bloody spine. But anyway guys, I'm going to wrap this video up. I hope you've enjoyed it and found it informative on the two issues of the Lost Predator. This being the reissued and this being the regular issued one. I think this is a 2022 version and this is 2021. They're both great figures. The only difference is obviously is just the paint apps. The articulation is just basically the same. But yeah, as ever guys, take care and thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, share and subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Cheers guys, thanks.